Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with ZeldaSpeaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Experience mindfulness moments with the Mindfulness/Stress Relief Coach, ZeldaSpeaks. And thanks for sharing the Mindfulness Moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of Mindfulness on Higher Learning with ZeldaSpeaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Julie Myrista. I'm with the American Heart Association, and we have been up to our ears in sweetened beverage tax, so I so much appreciated the 5-minute meditation today that allowed me to get back to my center, take a few deep breaths, and really focus on what's important.
Shalom and good God morning. And thank you for joining me today on blogtalkradio.com, The Female Solution. It's your Monday morning mindfulness with ZeldaSpeaks. Mindfulness stress release coach. I'm just here to make your day better.
Hi, my name is Kim Davis, and I'm just so excited to be a part of the mindfulness exercise that we did today. Miss Zelda was excellent with allowing us to really relax in providing us with techniques of breathing to just sort of let things float off of you and get your mind in a right framework to just receive and be receptive, and above all, to be comfortable within yourself. So I thank you, Miss Zelda. I'll be tuning in more to your YouTube channel to find even more mindfulness exercises. And during this time in our lives, some of us anyway, we need to do things to relax and let go and just slow the mind down. So for that, Miss Zelda, I thank you and continue to do the great work.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution. Higher Learning with ZeldaSpeaks. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. We're just here to start your week off with a mindfulness stress relief session and to give you insights to help awaken that which is within you to take us forward, to help us through this madness and this chaos. And along with us today, we have Elder Kwame Sunhorse. Yes, we are still here. We are live, Brother Kwame. Thank you so much for being with us this morning as we go back to the phone lines. And we also have Kimberly Jones. I know you heard that video, that audio of the video where she was the ancestors were using her as she spoke to us this morning. Kwame, you wanted to speak? You wanted to say something?
I'm here. Okay. Is that Kimberly? Yes, it's Kimberly. Yeah, this is Brother Kwame. How are you doing? And I thank you for the words that the ancestors put through. And I'm here in Georgia also. I'm down here in Eaton. You're up there in Atlanta. And, and it's very powerful. And it's time that, the voices have to be heard. And I commend you for being the vessel in which they spoke to the world. Because now, your generation is making a voice. And,
yes.
And even what you're even correct on, because those ones that have gained wealth was from the riots and from the protests that we did back in the 50s and 60s. They didn't get there on their own walls. You wasn't born with a silver spoon.
Okay.
We had to open the door, and those ancestors had to open the door for you to get to where you are. And that's the part. We tend to forget how you got to be where you are. Mm-hmm. And the foundation is those ancestors. Those are the ancestors. And you did it eloquently. And like I said, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. And that's what you did. You gave that part of education, utilizing a game, because you were talking about the game of life. And I spoke to it and saying, the part was that on that board is to go to jail. And that part of being in jail, we've been put in that jail, but we were worked to make that board, that game for them, that game of life in this country was done by us. We were the two. The property was the land and the labor that gave them and built the things from this land, agriculturally and industrial. And now we're doing it technologically. Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the phone lines.
Are you back with us, Zelda?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I opened everybody else's mic but mine. I forgot to open my own mic. I apologize for that. Let's go to the phone lines. 336-350. You're live on The Female Solution. What's your question or comment? And please stick to the question at hand. Does corporate America have the answer to racism? What's your name or where you're calling from? Area code 336-350.
Grand Rising, Sister Zelda. This is Mama AZ.
Mama AZ! Welcome.
Yes, ma'am. I'm calling from, I don't know. I'm tired. I've been 13 days out in Miracle Valley in the heat, over 100 degrees in a tent, hearing and asking for direction. And the ancestors are truly speaking through a bullhorn. Thank you, sister. I get chill bumps because I posted that video. I sent it to my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my children, and I got repercussions in a negatory way. That's all right. This is dedicated to my great-grandchildren, my grandchildren, and my children, and my daughter in Atlanta, Georgia. You see, we do not know what time of day this is. And I'm so grateful for you, Sister Zelda. Thank you, Brother Kwame, that you put together this show, because I will be posting this to my grandchildren, Xavier, Marie, and Latessa, and my daughters, Shannon and Tanisha, because you don't know what time of day it is. I have a lot to say, but I'm going to cut it short. Sister, thank you for creating that video, and I will repost that doggone video because it's important. It down in the doggone archives. So when my great-great-great-grandchildren children come along, they will have a way to find out a little bit about their grandmothers, great-grandmothers, grandmothers, whatever, personality. This is important, people. Thank us, Sister Zelda. And this is Mama Bonfire, AZ. And I came to the planet with the name of Robert Lee Paris. And I entered this gate here or there in Phoenix, Arizona, where the bird rises from the flames. So thank you. Thank us. Thank you, Brother Kwame. Thank you, Sister.
Thank us, Mama AZ, because it had not been for you, we would not be having, well, we would have this conversation, but we just wouldn't have had Brother Kwame on the line, and we wouldn't have had Kim on the line as well. So thank you. Thank us. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak as we go to the phone lines. Area code 407-701. You are live on the Female Solution. Grand Rising. What's your name, where you're calling from, and what's your comment as it relates to, does corporate America have the answer to racism?
Grand Rising, sisters. This is Viata.
Viata, welcome. Thank you so much for calling this morning.
I think this is an excellent topic because we keep looking to the good master on the plantation for solutions. And as Kwame Sunhorse has already proven, we need to establish our own communities with overground railroads and oasis, because we forgot we come from royalty. We come from royalty, whether it's Aboriginals here in this land or Africa. We are royalty. So I think we need to stop looking to corporate America for solutions, to the government for solutions. We have the mind of kings, queens to develop our own communities, our own solutions. And the sister who spoke in that audio, she was so passionate, and then she got angry. So that's what we see a lot is, I think, our brothers and sisters getting angry. In my opinion, mainly because we don't have the American dream. You know, when you've had the American dream, you realize it can be a nightmare because you have all this consumerism you've been involved in, the house, the car, everything that white America has. We need the same thing. We've been deprived, and that's a nightmare after you realize what it involves. So my answer is no, we don't need corporate America to give us the solutions. We need to come up with the solutions ourselves. Unity that is conscious. And I look at Booker T. Washington. I look at my dad. All these men who not only survived the Great Depression and the Jim Crow era, but they thrived. They became writers. They became coaches. My dad lived to be 95. And he did so much in his community to build these youth up. So, no, we don't need corporate America. We need to develop our own strong mind and get to his brothers like Kwame and figure out how we bring the oasis to reality in every state in America. That's my solution, my answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your opinion. That was Viata, host of Soul Purpose Healing, which comes on Sunday night. If you didn't hear the show last night, do yourself a favor and go to blogtalkradio.com, The Female Solution, and listen to the archives. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Call.
I just wanted to comment with Sister Viata in creating the Overground Railroad and creating the Oasis. The Oasis is just an acronym for our ancestors' spirit and service. We have to come back to nature and reconnect to the real internet. The internet is the earth mother, and being able to find spaces where we can be like the Pandemic Garden, Victory Garden in Tuskegee, and other gardens that are being grown in order to be self-sustaining, because this is the venue for the 2021-2030 agenda. And even that now, and I sent you you can go on YouTube, and it would be good to look at the DNA Dream becomes a reality. And that DNA dream is what they're doing in China right now. And that they're cloning. They're cloning.
Yes.
Animals, and they're creating a whole new world in which they're having to take charge and being able to take our genome, our human genome, and the black woman being the human bank of that. And this is why she's being attacked in the way she's being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was so commending Kimberly in what she was doing, because that was her Akashic record and her DNA activation that caused her to speak truth from her record and knowing that this is not correct, because this is not our way. We say it takes a village to raise a child, but what does it take to make a village? This is what we have to come back to. And this is very important because this is about saving our existence. They have streets named after Indians that are no longer here on this continent.
Mm-hmm.
So are we looking at becoming that, and they're renaming, they got King Drive, used to be South Park, but King Drive, you know, he's no longer here, but he's an ancestor, and he's left us the tools to build the world.
Yeah, I think it's super important that we start to like educate the community about our history and all of our history, because I think that that's part of the problem is that lack of education. Because if you don't know where you came from, then you have no idea what you're capable of, where you're going, and what you deserve. Just even in terms of us, where we come from, the fact that we don't even recognize that we populated the entire earth, and that everybody is some kind of, reformation of who we were once they got to a, specific, climate or time zone and all of that. So it's like, even in knowing that, part of that disconnect between us and this land is that we don't feel like it's our land. We feel displaced here because we don't know about those of us who are already here. And we don't know about those of us, even the ones who traveled here, from Africa, not in 1619, way before that. So if you have a disconnect from your land, then you'll concede it to someone else. And so I think that one of the biggest things we have to do is to start to educate ourselves. And honestly, I was speaking, as far as I knew, I was speaking to my people that day. But I'm grateful that it resonated with other people, because what it did was wake people up to the truth, to a hardcore truth, that you have this delusion that what you have was built by you and what you have was built by us. And so I definitely, in terms of the question of the day, as to whether or not, we should look to corporate America to help us through this, I don't think we should look to anybody. I definitely agree with the sister that it's about us building ourselves. However, that still, for me, doesn't negate the fact that they owe us restitution for the wealth that we built for them. Mm-hmm. Because if I loan you $20 and I go get $20 on my own, you still owe me that $20. Me going to get $20 on my own has nothing to do with the $20 you owe me.
Okay.
And so in this country, they still owe us restitution. Now, whether or not we'll see it, I don't know. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't get it. That doesn't mean we shouldn't demand it, because it's not something that we're asking for a favor or groveling for. And I think that's the perspective we need to take on it. If they owe us, they owe us that money. We built all the wealth for generations. It's companies like Brooks Brothers that made money during slavery.
Yes.
And now, all these years later, they still have family members sitting on those boards collecting a check for money they made during the slave trade. So they definitely, they owe us. They owe us. This is not an ask of, can you do me a favor? You're not doing me a favor if I show up to your house and collect the $20.
Yes. Yes. You are absolutely right. 849, that is the voice of Kimberly Jones of the video that went viral on racism, which is what we're discussing this now. Does corporate America have the answer to racism? And I'm also joined by contributor Elder Kwame Sunhorse. And the elders are live in the building this morning. Let's go to the phone lines, 515-605-9325, area code 708-677. You are live on the Female Solution. We've got about 5 minutes left before the show ends. What's your comment as it relates to today's topic?
Yes, Grand Rising. This is Maika.
Grand Rising, Maika.
Host. Yes, dear. The Tuesday morning host from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on the Female Solution. And my topic tomorrow is going to be polygamy in Africa. Last week I opened up the topic of polygamy in my own life. And now I'm going to go to Africa and see what's going on with repatriates in Africa. But I want to comment on the question. When I first came online, I had to come off a couple of times for calls. I heard Brother Kwame, and greetings to both you and Kimberly. I heard Brother Kwame say that racism grew out of capitalism. Okay? Mm-hmm. So if racism grew out of capitalism, then what do we replace capitalism with? And I'm going to answer that question, and that is the seed, the universal seed. We have to disentangle from capitalism, and what we do is we have to connect at the zero source point with our Creator. Now, the Creator has a different economy than, say, capitalism, and I like to refer to that particular economy as the seed economy. You know, I take a little small tomato seed and I put it in the ground, and then a few months later, I have multitudinous seeds, which are miraculous and a miracle in nature. And we have to learn to trust that economy. Now, I don't agree that racism is the problem, first of all, because if you're defining a problem, you want to come up with a solution. You got to dig deep enough and define the problem so succinctly that it literally solves the problem. The problem with racism, capitalism, sexism, genderism, and all that other stuff, militarism, is hatred. How do you remove hatred from the minds, hearts, and emotions of people? That becomes the solution. Being able to overcome hatred, self-hatred first, and then hatred of others second. That is the course that we have to focus on. Hatred. That way we get rid of all the isms. Join me tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Let's talk about it with Mike. And I appreciate you, Zelda, and your show and your guest. Peace be unto you all.
Peace be unto you too, my sister. And thank you so much for calling. Kimberly, we know you have to leave.
Yeah, I think the main thing, the message that I just want to get out to my people is I totally agree with Brother Kwame that racism stems from capitalism. Mm-hmm. We have to sometimes we have to take the emotion out of the situation so we can look at things from a logical perspective. And at the end of the day, even slavery was an economic decision. Keeping people enslaved was an economic decision, but they had to institute racism in order to justify it so that people could continue on with the system for their own personal economic gain. And so I do think that we need to look at how that is, but I don't think that we should lose sight on the fact that economics is clearly where they is clearly the tool that they will weaponize against us. Keeping us economically disadvantaged has been their advantage to literally keep their foot on our neck. When you look at the brothers who are sitting in prison for 12 to 18 months for menial crimes because they don't have small sums of money to pay bonds that are as low as $1,000 or $2,000, that is an ability to keep you chained through economics. When you look at the fact that police officers are stationed in marginalized neighborhoods and that sit there writing excessive tickets and waiting to find people with no registration and no insurance and things like that, knowing that these people people are economically disadvantaged and they just need their car to get back and forth to work for a job that's only paying $10 an hour, which has not allowed them to keep all of their public assistance services. And so when they have to make a choice between rent and car insurance is not going to be the winner. And now you give them a $1,500 ticket that they can't pay, and then you're able to put them into the probationary system because they can't pay the ticket. It's all an economic gain. So part of what we're going to have to do, and I definitely believe in the spiritual realm of, reconnecting, but we are also going to have a strong economic plan for our people in order to find our way out of this. And if you think that they don't know that the game is to keep us economically disadvantaged, then they wouldn't work so hard to keep us economically disadvantaged. When you look at situations like Tulsa and Rosewood, and for the record, those are two of about 30 instances like that happen throughout, modern history here in America. When you look at situations like Freeman's Bank, where they robbed our community of a collective $50 million and then used that money to build a railroad, there has been a strategic system to keep us economically disadvantaged. And often people want to say to me, well, what about people like Michael Jordan, Oprah, and all of this? When you look at America's wealth, 90% of America's wealth is owned by white Americans, and only 2.6 of America's wealth is owned by African Americans. And that is a huge discrepancy.
Yes.
But they continue to make sure that their communities have wealth, because between 1926 and 1965, America underwrote $128 billion in almost 0% home loans, and 98% of that went to white Americans, and only 2% of that went to everybody else. Everybody else combined. Black, Latina, Asian, everybody. And so there has been economic warfare that has been, waged against us for as long as we've been here. And so a huge part of what I think we have to do is to come up with a very strong strategic economic plan to circulate the black dollar and to get us out of this generational debt that is a result of slavery.
What is the economical plan? What is the economical plan to get us out of this debt? Kwame?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kimberly. I think he may have accidentally. Go ahead and answer that question, Kimberly.
I think one of the first things we have to do, and this is a very simple part, is we have to offer black businesses the same grace that we offer white businesses. You go to McDonald's 100 times and the ice cream machine isn't working, and you still continue to patronize them. You go to a black business and they don't have forks, and you have an attitude you never return, and you use your power to badmouth them, 10 other people who won't patronize that business. So we are not getting the small business loans that other cultures are getting. We are not getting the free business education that other cultures are getting. And so when we are starting businesses, we are starting them without the same financial advantage and also without the same financial information. And so we have to offer grace to our businesses. We have to continue to patronize them so that they can continue to build and grow and get better. And that's not saying, and that's not me saying that you should patronize poor businesses, but that's also saying that we have to take that Willie Lynch chain off of our mind, which allows us to always walk in with venom towards our own selves. Walk in with the attitude of, I know this isn't going to be right because it's black. And so what that does is that lets your sensors up and you noticing everything.
You are absolutely right. Just like the grants and the loans, the business loans that are going on right now that are available in all over America, 90% of the loans are going to, in billions, not millions, billions to white businesses. Black businesses are suffering. And I'm going to read to you just a second before we go off the air, Kimberly. I'm sure you already know about it. Only one. It has been a pleasure to be here with you today. I hope that we've shared something that will make your life a little bit more tolerable during this transition, the new normal. And I hope you'll share this video with someone and have a conversation with the elder today and learn something, and what you learn, share it. share what you've learned anyway. Each one teach one. Okay, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Love you. Namaste. Hotep. Shalom.